start streaming, man. Am I live? Tell me I'm live. All right, after a strenuous amount of running tests, testing the audio, testing the video, getting the lighting right, the sun is. What time is it? Oh, it's 3:41. The sun is not about to set, but I was worried about the light changing. Well, the light did change from outside the window, and it affected the green screen, so you can actually see it behind me at first. And I had to figure that whole thing out. But we good now. The light outside changed because it got a little darker because the clouds. It might start raining. But other than that, we good. At long last, I had to reconnect my stuff to OBS. We good. All right. Today, we are going to be drawing. Oh, was I too far from the mic? Today, we're going to be drawing for this comic that I've been coming up with. Should probably look into the camera. Look, man. I had to get used to being on camera again, apparently. Eye contact. Eye contact. I'm terrible at eye contact in real life. What was I going to say? If my words are a little like... it's because I'm playing music in the headphones. And I can't fully hear myself. I'm winging it. Speaking of music, I didn't play. The background music is going to be from the Zelda and Chill track from Gamechops and DJ Mikel. It's like, nah, Mikel, Zelda and Chill. I got the link in the bio if you like the music that's playing in the background. Let's see, what am I? Let me switch some things over. I'm talking way too much, but before I start drawing, I do want to explain. All right, so this comic that I'm doing is, think of it as practice on a smaller scale for a larger scale comic that I want to work on. That's a whole different story, but I'm doing practices. This was supposed to be a one-off actually, but I ended up liking it more than I thought. So I'm back at it with a second chapter. If you want to watch the first chapter, it's on my Instagram at overzel_arts. I almost said .com, but it's not .com, it's Instagram, whatever. All right, so let me explain this real quick. This is the thumbnail for it. Well, not the thumbnail, the thumbnails of each individual frame that I'm gonna do. Last time I did 18 frames, 18, 17. And this is 5, 9, 14, 19. It's gonna be more frames unless I change some things going forward. So it starts off, not sure if you can see it too well. Are you gonna focus, camera? It's set as a webcam, so the focus isn't gonna change. Let's see, will it? If I tap the screen a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's shaking though. Alright, so it starts off the side view of the dragon. And then, well, this panel won't be here, as you see the arrow. So it's gonna be, he's yelling. Ah! It's like, alright, I'm not gonna do the narration, whatever. Especially since I can't hear my own voice, I probably sound crazy. But so he's yelling, amping himself up before he charges the dragon, but he didn't even get to charge the dragon because the claw attacks and he dodges like a claw comes down. He jumps over the claw, like, right? Hope that helps. And then he stabs the claw with the sword right here. Don't ask where his shield is because the shield is definitely in this frame, but not in this frame. But these are thumbnails. I'll work it out. Hopefully I don't forget it later on and look dumb. But anyway, so then after this, then this panel comes in, the shocked face like, oh snap. What did I get myself into? No, actually, no, it's not this frame. Sorry. Messed up from my own arrows. It's this frame where he looks confident. Yeah. I stabbed the dragon. I'm about to win this. And then his face slightly changes, like, oh snap, what is this? And then absolute shock immediately. And then the dragon throws him away. And then he lands, because you know, the hammy, when you land, got that extended leg suddenly. It's that hammy tweak, you feel me? So that's what happens here. And then he's holding the hamstring up here. He lost his sword, but he has the shield. What in the world did I draw here? It's getting blurry. Anyway. Yeah, I'll continue to explain it, but I'll just wrap it up real fast. So, he's leaning on a rock. The dragon turns his head towards him because it's about to charge again. Then it attacks. He blocks it with the shield. Tries to get back up. Then the dragon pulls a ram move, stands up on two legs, and then charges forward. And then he dodges it, falls down again because the hamstring. Oh yeah, I had to remember my own note. Sorry for the blankness right there. What's next? These are switched actually. So after this frame is this frame of the dragon starting to run towards him, kind of like a dog. Then it's him leaned over like, oh snap, what did I get myself into? Then a random hand comes in with a sword, and that's when his two friends, if you go and look at the first chapter, the two friends that he left behind saying, I got this, I could do it all on my own. They show up and they're like, hey, it's gonna end with this, where it says, you're gonna need this, hands him the sword. It's also a reference to Legend of Zelda. If you know, you know. And then the other friend says, and us. You're gonna need this and us. And then it ends there. So what I'm gonna be doing today. Hold on. What I'm gonna do today is, I may or may not finish this thumbnail here. But I'm gonna hop on the iPad and then start drawing up the drafts inside of there. I feel like I said way too many words. Okay. All right, let's get started. And these are the references, the three characters. Mind you, I have no names for these guys. The dragon in a scale to a regular human. These are the thumbnails for the first comic. And you don't need to know about that one. Alright, so let me grab the iPad. Bada boom. I put a mostly empty cup of tea in my bag where my iPad was, and of course it leaked on the case a little bit. Then messed it up, man. I was thinking about getting a new one anyway. Guess this'll expedite that process. Get out of here. No, this isn't what I'm looking for. This is the first comic. I could give you a quick run through. Bada boom. So is it true? I don't have a quick way to go through these layers. Actually, I did take pictures. Bada boom. So is it true? You really do have a death wish. If I don't do it, who will? I'm not gonna remember how everybody sounded like. I will slay the dragon. Just stay back, I got this. Starts off, he's walking, then they're walking out one at a time. What a total dum-dum. You can still turn around. They're staring at the hole that the dragon made in the middle of their village. He stares down, jumps right in. He won all the smoke. He lands, you see the trembles from landing from such a far distance. Actually, yo, that be the part of them stories, you know, when people overanalyzing things and be like, it was set up from the very start, but this happened by mistake. So, you know, in this chapter, I show that his hamstring got injured because of the way he landed and the quick extension of the leg, the extension under pressure, right? But if you look at how he landed like this. You see the tremors because it was a long drop. This right leg is extended. Does it already start the pre-injury for the hamstring? Think about it. Huh? Dragon swiped and wasted no time. That ring light is strong right now. So it begins. It's also a SO song. I got some references to dragons because I don't really draw dragons, you know? It's definitely an ambitious first try. Oh, I really came here to see how I set up the layers and groups. I'll set up the groups as I go. Same way I did it here. But I just feel like there's some type of... I feel like there's more of an efficient way to do this. But for right now, I just gotta draw because I can easily be distracted. By myself, I might add. %. Let's just give it a couple minutes. It'll be charged. I wish everything charged as fast as the Apple Pencil, bro. That'd be excellent. Let's look at this. It was just 23, right? 27. 4%, that easy. Let me try to slide this. I mean, it's still in the frame. There we go. Can you even tell the difference? Yeah, there's a difference. let's keep it there. That way it's out of the way of the screen. All right, let's start drawing. I've been talking for way too long. You know, it's funny, I'm actually not recording audio on this mic that's on my glasses. Because the camera is set up as a webcam, so it's taking audio from its internal mic instead of this one. It sounds muddy, I don't like it. Up. All right. Let's get it. Bada boom. We starting with issues already, bro? What? Okay. What made it not responsive the first couple times? Alright, so let's get the reference to the dragon. Put that right there. Starting with construction, so it's not gonna look it's not gonna look polished yet. There we go. Alright, get me out of here. Boom. How the claw's gonna work out? Right there. I guess that's where. Is the hind leg, the furthest back hind leg, important enough to have to draw in detail? Just black it out. Now this is not dynamic enough of a pose. What should I do with this pose? Should I change it? Or change it so that this part is still facing sideways, but this part is facing him? Like it's starting to turn? I should, because to go from a side profile to a claw swipe instantly is kind of a stark change. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. No, so this back leg actually would have to do this because it's turning. Probably a whole different melody than what you're hearing right now. Did I possibly confuse myself by keeping this black sketch in the back? I could just turn the layer off. Wow. I could turn the volume. Turn the layer off. Something about that seems like it's not the right size. There we go. There we go. No, that's not the way the wings are set. How does the fold? It would fold down this way, right? Perspectives. Let's see, how would this dragon wing fold? Let's look at some of my references. Not what I'm looking for. Something like that. The detail is kind of darkened. Smog. Is that smog? I don't think so. Why do I have this reference twice? Oh well, guess we're winging it. We're just gonna wing it, buddy. It'd be funny if my son heard me and come crashing in here because I call him buddy. I could just leave the wing like this. Something about this feels right. Right? That looks about right, construction-wise. Oh yeah, that's a better pose than what I had initially. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Actually, no. I should carry this out into at least most of the details for the sake of the live. So you don't see me drawing construction the whole time. It's bad enough I already was talking for 13 minutes straight in the beginning. But if you like it, you like it. Shout out to the one person who came through so far. If you're watching this later on, I'd appreciate like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know about your thoughts on what I'm drawing, how the live's going, feedback, all of that. Watch all my videos 10,000 times. That's funny. That's doing way too much. Don't do that. Yeah, let's carry this out into more detail. So already we've gone from this to this. Let's take it further. What if for the rest of this video, I draw by looking at the screen, the OBS screen, instead of the actual iPad? It's kind of hard to line up. No, that's not gonna work out, bro. Even though it's accurate, it's just daunting. That's worse than when I had to get used to the non-display tablets. Okay, what's next? What's next? How did I draw this dragon before? Alright, so definitely know this here. Piccolo eyebrows, or Super Saiyan 3 eyebrows, whichever you want to roll with, feel me? Horns in there. feels randomly stuffy. A lot of scratchiness. Wow, that was so focused. I didn't say a single word. What time is this? 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm back. What are we doing? The claw. I know I did like the general shape, the rectangle of the claw already, but I still struggle to put the final figure together, you know? I need a lot of practice still. I don't draw enough, admittedly. I really like this dragon face right here. Looks pretty menacing. What? Bruh. How'd my opacity go all the way down? How do I get this claw? It'd have to bend here, right? And this would basically be like the pin. Yeah, and this whole triangle here is gonna have to be the part that folds. Alright, how are we gonna connect this? Seems like the simplest thing, but it'd be having me stuck. Let's leave that there for now. Snap. I can't keep running into things that I'm thinking that makes me think like this might be a little bit of a struggle, so let me go elsewhere. Because then all that's going to be left are difficult spots that I didn't want to tackle earlier. So let's get this claw done. I'm looking at my own hand. It's not enough space in this surface right here to position my hand in the camera so you can see. Actually, I don't have to use this. I have two cameras. Duh. That shows the right. So it'll be kind of like this. Should do right there. Bada boom. Bada boom. There's only three. So what if I just did this here? Can I take a picture of this? Somebody who would just click on the video right now and be like, what is this guy doing? Alright, so let's zoom in. That's more stretched out. This is like bada boom. Alright. We got it. We got it. Bada boom. Got those mirror whim hands. Oh yeah, the dragon has a thumb. Boom. What's next? I'm still an eraser. Whoops. What's this? What in the world? Boom. I guess it's alright. I think the claw is too elongated. Maybe. Let's go back. Can I select? There we go. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That'll be alright. Snap. Almost dropped it. All right, my pauses are way too long. What? I picked up an actual pencil, bro. Actually, started using these since I have it on camera right now. I started using these from Draw with Waffles a couple years back. She used to always draw with these, and I don't know. I have this thing where I like to draw art supplies. What? I like to buy art supplies, but sometimes I shouldn't be. But yeah, this is a good pencil. Shout out to Draw with Waffles. I'm glad you're doing good. And you're back in these streets, these YouTube streets. Welcome back. All right, let's grab the actual Apple Pencil and not ruin our screen. We locked in now. We locked in. Something about this interaction right here seems off. We'll keep it like that for now. Actually, no, let's explore a little bit. What? Oh, 63%. Why does my screen look darker suddenly? looks good enough to me. My phone is dying. Okay, so yeah, this is better than the original thought. Show the dragon in action, starting to turn towards unnamed character. And then that makes the frame where he swings towards him more believable. Instead of thinking, wow, when did he get there? Let's get this line in there. He's back. Boom. All right, so that's the first frame. How did I make a group before? Bruh, how am I forgetting? Select copy, fill layer, clear, alpha lock, mask, clipping mask, invert, reference, merge down, combine down. Was it combine down? There we go. We don't even need this one. And we can go page 1. Let's rename these things so I don't get confused in the future. Constructioner 2. Alright, let's see. Rename. Construction. Instruction. Alright. We're using the keyboard. My handwriting is too sloppy to pick up. Okay, that's the construction. This is the sketch. Nope. What did I just say? Sketch. Boom. You know what's crazy? This is actually good enough to be, because I'm not getting crazy detailed with this comic. This is good enough to be the line work. There we go. Should I make these layers? How did I make these layers last time? That was the construction, sketch, color and ink. In that order. So let's go ahead and make these now. Might as well. Uno, dos. Color. And ink. Bada boom. All right. Let's go back to the red color. This should be pretty easy. I'll end on this once I finish it. We're just gonna do this facial expression right here. No, that frame isn't next. Sorry. Gotta remember my arrow notes. It's this frame where he's yelling, trying to hype himself up before he gets cooked. Get cooked. Get cooked. Sorry. Get randomly hyped sometimes. Each time I start to draw something, even though what I have to draw is clearly defined, I still feel a little nervous before starting. What is that? What is that, bro? Like, I just finished drawing. Why do I suddenly feel like I can no longer draw? Alright, so let's see. It's funny to start off with this as the base. Shoulder right here. Let's get rid of that. Second shoulder right there. His head right there. No, go back. The world? Who said do that? Decapitated your boy. This be my issue sometimes when I elect to draw the body before the head. Sometimes I'm like, snap, well, how does head fit on here? Here we go. Define where the collarbones go. That is the cheat code. Boom, just take care of that. All right, what's next? Where's the music so far? How long I've been recording? It's been an hour. Okay, the playlist is still playing. Once again, if you're wondering why my head is nodding or I'm saying things sometimes melodically that's not adding up because it's not adding up with what you're hearing, it's because I have something way different in here. Come on now, something way different in here. You heard? Way different. Now, if you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's an album called Moses. It's by an artist, a rapper named Sevin, Sevin. If you want to check it out. Let's see. The arms. Snap, I'm hitting the mic, hitting the camera. Dang. Alright, I need a reference for an actual sword because I can't keep doing what I did last time. That junk was just straight box shaped. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Should I look up broadswords exactly? Let's see something. Sword reference. There we go, can do that. Let's see. Broadsword. Let's look up broadsword references. Oh yeah, I'm still on screen. We'll still keep it at that size. Thanks AI, that's not what I'm looking for. I need images. Or should I just get better, bruh? I need something with a square. What's this part called right here? Yo, no way. Is that the broadswords from Legend of Zelda? That's fire. All right, let's use this. All right, let's put that at its regular. Put it at its regular size. Get it up. What? Get me back in here and get that out of here. There we go. Is the live that far back? That's funny. All right. All right, let's do this. All right, so it's this bar. Which way would it be facing? I know that way for sure. Yeah, that's how it would work. Okay. Let's try and keep it parallel. Y'all, I might be thinking way too hard on this. Sorry, 2 more seconds. Things are happening right now. Snap. BRB. All right. Sorry about that. Where am I? There I am. We back live, baby. Signal. Switch that back. There went. What angle am I doing this at? Bro, why am I struggling? All right, let's see. So I can draw a square or a rectangle. Yeah, I could draw. So with this, if it's at that angle, should I draw this plane first or this plane? If there are any other artists that ever watched this video, get to this point, and you see me asking this question, leave the answer in the comments for me, please. What's more advantageous when you're starting these? This face and then do everything else off of that, or this face first so you get more of a feel of the angle and then everything else. Okay, so let me see the angle again. Actually, I know what I can do. Let's change this. Let's make that visible again. Okay. 10%. Liquefy this a little bit. Liquefy isn't the answer. Something's off with this too. But look, man, it is what it is right now. All my technology is dying. Phone at 15%, pencil at 10%. It's at 55, it's not that bad. There we go. Okay. Let's merge those together. Why is he holding a sword like this? This is how you could tell. Even though he's yelling to hype himself up, he is absolutely shook. Am I gonna finish this? I took so long to get the angle for the sword. And I had a lot of stops. I will continue with this later. Yeah, because I've been live for how long? An hour and a half. It's crazy. You know, in the grand scheme of people going live on YouTube, not even close to long. All right, this is gonna be a wrap for now. We've got this first panel, and we have the second panel, construction. I may or may not still be here when I go live again, but we'll see, because I'll most likely will work on it off camera. Yes, sir. But thanks for coming to watch the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. All of that good stuff. Check out some of my regular videos or some other lives. Check the whole catalog if you like. I'm out. Where's the stop button? Oh, it's not.